G'day, folks. I'm going to talk about the Port Mcquarrie shark attack in New South Wales. Once again, I've already done a short video on it, but I thought there'd be some other information I'd like to add, which I did talk about in the discussion of the Little Bay shark attack with Simon Nellis. Now, what I'd like to say is this particular shark, it's a great white, around the 4 metre mark. Um, it seems that this particular shark is of the eastern population of great white sharks, being that it's on the eastern coast, and that includes Victoria down even to South Australia, and it includes all the way up to New Guinea and all the way out to New Zealand. So that's how far great white sharks are recorded as migrating according to the CSIRO. All right. So to have a shark that attacked a surfer up at Tuncurry 9 months prior to the Simon Nellis fatality, which also killed that surfer. Ironically, by in all these three incidences, including the Port Mcquarrie attack, this shark has gone for the legs first. All right, so it's not. This is like what I consider, in my opinion, a manhunter, and we don't know how many other people this shark has attacked or consumed. This shark is has now 3 times known to my knowledge. In my opinion, it's the same shark that's attacked on these 3 occasions. And when you look at it, I don't care what the mainstream media tells you. They're saying that there wasn't a shark attack fatality in Sydney since for 60 years. Now that's complete garbage, because when you consider that Tuncurry is only 3 hours up the coast, that is nothing for a shark that could potentially migrate all the way to New Guinea, all the way out to New Zealand, and all the way down to South Australia. And they migrate down to South Australia for the sea lion breeding colonies down at Neptune Island. Okay, and there's also the western population of sharks that come over there that come down the west coast to that side. So that's how they're divided. The west coast population starts right up the top of Western Australia, all the West Australian coast, and all the South Australian coast. That is the western population of great white sharks. The rest going up the east side is the eastern population. That's how simple it is. They just cut Australia in half and go, right, that's that population, that's that population. And that's where these sharks migrate. And they go down as low as Tasmania too, obviously. The eastern population, all right? The sharks in Tasmania, sighted in Tasmania, are part of the eastern population. It's rare that you're going to have one shark just hanging around like this, all in one place at one time. This is what can draw confusion, because it's been, I wouldn't consider too long between these attacks. We're talking about pretty much the one where the surfer was attacked and killed up at Tuncurry was, that's 3 hours up the coast, 2 to 3 hours up the coast from Little Bay or Bircham Point. Now, 3 hours up the coast is nothing for a shark that could potentially travel, within a year, 1,000 kilometres. All right. So, what the sharks do in the summertime, they go down to the cooler waters, and they chase the seal breeding colonies. That's what they're doing, the sea lion breeding colonies, all right? Now, on the turnaround, then they come back up in the colder weather, all right? So it's not unusual for this shark, to attack, fill up its belly enough to, sustain enough energy to get down to the cold waters, New South Wales, in South Australia. And then after it's had a good feed down there, then it will make its way back up to the warmer waters in the winter time. So that's just how they migrate. All right. So that can take 9, 8 months, a year. That, not a year, but 8, 9 months, 7 months. That could take that whole cycle, right there. So this is what they do, and they come in closer to the shoreline because they're going down the channels, the deeper channels where the shore drops off into the deeper water. That is where they will mainly be. If fish stocks, etc., are depleted and they see an opportune meal, and you're out there swimming alone in near the shelf there, or a channel, I wouldn't say the shelf, I'd say a channel, a deep channel, then, and particularly on a murky day, and here we go again, same at Port Mcquarrie, murky water, low visibility, overcast weather, same circumstances pretty much as the Bircham Point incident, fatality. I hope this bloke makes it through. I've really, that's about all I can say to that, and I hope his family are all right. But, we must look at this from a realist point of view and stop swallowing the bullshit off the news channels, all right? They are directed by special interest groups and also politically motivated by, whoever's in politics at the time, because, things like this can affect tourism, etc., yada, 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 right? Small businesses, big businesses, beachgoers, all that sort of thing, all right? A lot of these beach communities thrive on having nice, clean beaches, and, anyway, I'm starting to ramble, so I'm going to cut it there. You'll just have to fill in the dots from there. You work it out, and I bet I would put money down that this is the same shark. We're talking about the similarities where it's attacked. It's always attacked from behind the legs first. All right. The time that it was a full consumption with Simon Nellis. Like it didn't muck around at all. It really it took his legs and his arms and then the torso, right? It ate all of him. I've never seen anything like that before. But what I will say is it was really, really hungry at that time. And that would have been the time where it wanted to migrate south. So 9 months before, up at Tuncurry, and that shark was migrating south. It might have been hanging around up at Tuncurry, but when they went looking for it, it was gone. That's another thing about this shark. When it attacks, it knows that it's going to be hunted, because it just disappears. It goes straight away after it's had an attack. After it's attacked, it goes straight away. That is a common thread between all of these attacks. Not once has this shark hanged around. The other common thread is, like I've repeated now, is the attack at the legs first. All right. Maybe there's a reason for that. Maybe it was kicked away before or something like that. But if you go to kick at it, that is a limb going out towards the shark, and it can take it. Or if you're just swimming with your legs dangling off a board, or you're just swimming with your leg, whatever it may be, splashing in the water and that, it goes for your legs. Once your legs are gone, you're bleeding like hell and you're going to have a hard time swimming. This shark must know that by now. And then it can circle around, and that's what they do. They wait for their prey to weaken so that and bleed out a bit, so that it's no longer a threat when it comes back in at you. All right, rambling again. Sorry, folks, but anyway, that's my take on this shark attack. And all bullshit aside, I believe this is the same shark. And this guy, if he makes it through, is very lucky. He's still subject to possible infection. There's other things involved in a shark attack that can create a fatality after the initial attack. And I hope seriously that he gets through it all and doesn't have any complications with the surgery. Thank you, folks. See you later.